Hi everyone, Transformation Guru Gavin Townsend here. I'm going to give you some simple tips on how to gain some inner confidence. Quite often I'm asked, Gav, how do you manage to be so upbeat and confident all the time? How do you manage to roll with the punches? How do you manage to pick yourself up after bad times? How do you manage to go to the gym at 11 o'clock at night if you need to, or work first thing in the morning, or how do you manage to build your businesses? I get all these various questions thrown at me all the time, and confidence isn't something that was brought to me overnight. It wasn't an epiphany. It wasn't something that I just adopted in a flash moment. It was something that was built into me over many years. So as a young child growing up in my hometown of Redditch, I had my first paper round at the age of 11, and I wanted to buy the latest kickers, I wanted to buy the latest trainers, but my parents couldn't afford them, so they said, look, get a job. And if you want to learn confidence as a teenager, go and get a paper round and be chased most weeks by the local lads and kids trying to steal the bike that you've grafted to pay for. So I had about half a dozen instances where other young children, out of spite, tried to steal this bike. And the natural assumption was that my parents had bought it. The reality was at 11, 12 years of age, I used my paper round money to buy my bike. And naturally that was always instilled into me over many years. The fact that I had to try and escape these minor issues at a younger age. I didn't like school, I'll be honest. My experience at school was that I had to deal with a lot of bullies, and as a child, when you're really stick thin and you look like Screech of Saved by the Bell, and you're very upbeat and very optimistic, and you're surrounded by a bit of pessimism, but also you find that some of the teachers beat down on you because you can't sit still for more than 5 minutes, and you're very creative and whatever else have you. You feel a bit out of touch, you feel a bit different. So again, I had to find myself in my school years, and being stick thin, being gaunt and not happy with the way I looked in the mirror, seeing my reflection, it wasn't until I got into my early 20s when I really found myself, because I studied more into nutrition and become a personal trainer. And throughout the years I've had to deal with conflict of all types. I don't tolerate bullying as a child, and I also don't tolerate bullying as an adult either. And my inner confidence has come usually down to conflict. So it sounds a bit odd and a bit obscure, but at times if I've had an individual have a go at me or attack me for whatever reason, may it be, well, it's always online, let's be honest. Very few people are scared to voice their opinion in person, so they happily hide behind a keyboard and warrior away, shall we say. So I've had to develop different skills to really hone my focus and grow this inner confidence. So it doesn't matter what gets thrown at me, I can pretty much look at the situation, address it, and pretty much get on. And confidence isn't something that you can just, like I say, click of a finger and suddenly, oh yeah, I'm very confident. It's something that you just get in time. And if you have a lot of knockbacks, you can either go one or two directions, and my mum and I spoke about it just recently, and you can either get bitter or you can just simply get better. So some of the most confident people I come into contact with have had the most conflict. I have met business owners who have been on their knees. I have watched people lose absolutely everything in the last recession and get it back and more. I've watched sports athletes, a friend of mine, he got meningitis and he got so ill they thought he was going to die, and then he bounced back and he was aiming for the Olympic Games. I've met Olympians who have been so broke that they haven't been able to pay for basics for their personal needs and managed to get into the Olympic Games. I've met professionals, athletes, a whole host of different people, and there's always this underlying reason why so many people become very confident in themselves. It's because they can deal well with conflict, and most importantly, they find themselves as well. So there's two main points to this video. One is, for many, conflict can mean long-term great confidence. Also addressing insecurities as well. So if you've got an insecurity, if you talk about it openly, if you're aware of it, rather than dismissing it and trying to put it on a box on a shelf, if you can actually address it and identify with it, you'll basically own that insecurity. So mine was body dysmorphia at a young age, 31 now, way over it, and now I help to educate and support those who struggle each and every day. May it be somebody who wants to lose lots of weight, or may it be a young person or an adult wanting to put weight on. It's very common now that people are so fixated on their front and exterior image that they neglect their mind. So there's some simple tips for you in trying to hone your confidence. Accept that there will be conflicts in your life, and it's how you bounce back. So in many cases you could be knocked down 100 times, but it's how you bounce back up 101 times, and so on. And again, also, it's identifying with your insecurities that makes you very self-aware and become stronger as an individual. I'll look to do more videos on confidence in the future. I have refashioned myself as a transformation guru. I focus with clients on exercise, nutrition, lifestyle habits, and most importantly today, the mindset. So feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just search me online, Gavin Townsend, and also find The Transformation Guru on Instagram and Facebook. Thanks for watching.